Nintendo announcing a new Switch doesn't just seem likely, it also appears that it's imminent. But it also might come with a catch. Because although a lot of insiders are pointing to the same conclusion, there's a new rumor that popped up that has a conclusion that is far less interesting. So in today's video, we are going to be looking at both of these rumors and try to evaluate which one seems to hold the most weight. So let's start by looking at why do even people think that this month is the month that the Switch 2 is going to be announced. Essentially, there are multiple sources that suggest that Nintendo is going to announce the Switch 2 this month in September. First off, we have Hosiden. Hosiden Corporation is a Japanese electronics company that was one of the two companies that helped produce the Nintendo Switch, and recently their behavior has been pretty suspicious. Hosiden has invested 2 billion yen in production equipment and 1 billion yen in automation for Nintendo, indicating that the mass production of the Switch 2 is most likely already here. They are also funding a new factory in Vietnam, further supporting the production ramp up. Also, the focus on automation indicates that there is a push for efficient large-scale production, and the investment includes significant upgrades to production equipment, suggesting that they're preparing for a high-demand product. And one of the bigger reasons why people expect this to be correlated to the Switch 2 isn't just because they worked with Nintendo before, but because the spending is planned for the fiscal year ending in March 2025, to which, is just so happens to be aligning with the expected release date of the Switch 2. Another big factor on why people believe it's going to be this month is all of the insiders' whisperings. Because you have people like Christopher Dring, which is the head of GameIndustry.biz, that mentioned about all the industry whispers about the Switch 2 being revealed in September. You also have David Gibson, who is a financial analyst at MST, and he expects a reveal between September 18th and 26th or in early October to avoid clashing with the Tokyo Game Show. And finally, we have Andy Robinson, who is a journalist at VGC, who also corroborated a lot of these rumors but also advises caution, suggesting not to bet on it, which is fair. But going back to what David Gibson said, I do agree that Nintendo probably does want to avoid having any clash with Tokyo Game Show, because on the list of attending companies, Nintendo is there under the business area, meaning even though they won't be talking to people like us, they will be talking to other companies. So as we can see, there's actually quite a few things that are lining up pretty nicely, really making it feel like, there actually is a fair shot of Nintendo announcing the Switch 2 this month. But now it's time to talk about the other rumor. But before that, I have a quick thing to say. If this is your first time here, hey, my name's Acadrien and I post weekly Nintendo videos. If you've been enjoying the video so far, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider to like and subscribe. And with that out of the way, let's go right back into the video. But on the other side of these rumors, we have some information coming from a reliable leaker that goes by the name of Billbil-Kun. He recently posted on Twitter that he had some sources saying that there will be a new Switch OLED bundle coming out soon. The bundle would include a white Nintendo Switch OLED model and will include a download code for one game. That game being Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But that's not all. The bundle will also come allegedly with a 3-month subscription to Nintendo Switch Online to allow players access to online multiplayer and the library of classic games. He also implies that the new Nintendo Switch OLED bundle is expected to be announced this September, aka this month. But in a bold statement within his tweet, he kind of takes a jab at industry insiders, calling them fakes, or at least implying that they might not know as much as they lead on to by putting quotation marks around industry insiders. So on one hand, you have industry insiders saying that this month is going to be dedicated for the Switch 2, but then you also have Billbil-Kun implying that what they heard was actually wrong and it's actually just an OLED bundle. But why should we believe Bill? Who is Bill? Bill actually has a pretty good track record, but mostly in the PlayStation sphere, accurately predicting a lot of the PlayStation Plus subscription games. But when it comes to Nintendo, he just doesn't have much of a track record. But when it comes down to it, who are we supposed to believe? On one hand, although I dread to admit this, deep down I feel like what Bill is saying does resonate with me. Because I feel like behind the scenes, a lot of people are obviously talking. And I don't know if you ever played telephone as a kid. You know, the game where everybody sits in a circle, one person says one thing into somebody else's ear, and then the message goes around the circle. At the end, they say what they heard, and it's typically very different from what the story originated from. And I just personally don't feel like it's that much of a stretch that this bundle might have been announced somewhere behind the scenes, and as the message went through the rumor mills, since we are so hyper aware of Switch 2, maybe that's where the story just kinda came from. But then yet again, there's so many people pointing and just so many things realistically pointing towards a September Switch 2 reveal that it's almost unimaginable that it's not gonna happen. Because at the end of the day, Nintendo can't keep this a secret forever, you know? I feel like this is almost like a pseudo Metroid Prime 4 effect, where all the way up until the Metroid Prime 4 reveal, people just kept saying, nope, it's not time, nope, it's not time. But eventually it has to be time. So although I would not be shocked if the only reveal we got this month is that Switch OLED bundle, I am so ready to be completely wrong with this, because I am more than ready to see what this new console is going to be. But now I want to hear from you. What team are you on? Do you think this month we'll see the reveal of the next console? Or do you think the only thing being revealed this month is the Switch OLED bundle with Mario Wonder? Or do you think everyone's wrong and we're not going to see anything? I'm very curious to see what you guys think about all of this, so please let me know down in the comments. But yeah, until next time, Wadao.